In this video, we got another episode of the Start Bench Cut series. You guys can see I posted on Twitter saying, let me know 3 players in the replies for Start Bench Cut videos, which you guys can do if you want to be in one of these videos and get my opinion on 3 different players. You guys can go to my Twitter at x7tanaka, go on Twitter, search up that username, but you don't even have to follow it if you don't want to, but I'll tweet this out like maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, just asking for 3 players, and then you guys just let me know in the replies, as you can see a lot of people have done, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on the 3 different cards. So for example, the first one is Kevin Garnett, Yee, and Dirk, and I'll tell you guys which player I would start, which player I'd bench, and then which player I would cut. So if you guys also want to let me know in the YouTube comment section down below, let me know 3 players. If you can try to do at one position, it just makes it a little bit easier to compare. So don't do like, Tim Thomas, Yao, and I don't know, Harden. It just makes it a little bit harder to kind of, give you a start bench cut. So if you guys want to do 3 players at a position, so I don't know, Ben Simmons, Harden, and Magic Johnson, or those 3 guys, or those 2 guys, and maybe a Penny Hardaway, something like that, and I'll tell you guys who I would start, who I would bench, and then obviously who I would cut. So let's just get into the video. You guys saw the first one, Kevin Garnett, Yee, and Dirk. For me, I think Kevin Garnett is easily going to be starting. I think he's the best power forward in the game, even though Dirk and Yee I do think are very good power forwards. I think KG is just on a different level because of his defense and just overall his play. Now comparing Yee and Dirk, I definitely think is a fair comparison, and me personally, I think I lean towards Dirk. If we kind of compare the cards, they're very similar, like, player build wise, height and wingspan, that's basically the same. Badges wise, basically the same as well. I mean, Yee does have 12 more gold badges, which is nice, but stats wise, they're very close. Yee might be a little bit better stats wise, but honestly, I think these cards are very close, and it's honestly too hard to tell. And I think it really just comes down to the animations. I will say, like, Dirk having Hall of Fame Limitless, Agent 3 and Claymore is pretty nice to have, but then Yee's got, Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser and Box Out Beast, so it's a very close debate. For me though, I think it just really comes down to the jump shot, and me personally, I like Dirk's jump shot a little bit more, even though I like Yee's release a lot. I think Dirk's got a tiny bit better of a jump shot, so for me personally, I would start Kevin Garnett, bench Dirk, and then cut Yee. Next one here is from my boy Curry Season. He actually does most of my thumbnails, so just shout out to him for doing my thumbnails, but he's gonna say Opal Curry, Opal Dame, and Opal Ja Morant. Now I know he is a Curry fan, so for him I would say to start Steph Curry and then bench Ja and cut Dame. For me personally, I think, if we're just going on to the best 3 point guards, I would say start Ja, bench Curry, and then cut Dame. Curry's actually not that bad as a point guard. He can drive to the rim, obviously a very good 3 hunter, but I just think overall for the meta of the game, Ja's a little bit better. His ability to slash to the basket and be a very good rim runner, and that Dame card is absolutely terrible. So for this one, if you're just going off the 3 best point guards from this 3 players, I would go start Ja, bench Curry, and then cut Dame. The next one here from Card Shark, he's going to say D-Rob, Dirk, and KG at center. For me, I think it's only a debate between Kevin Garnett and D-Rob of who you want to start. We're definitely going to be cutting Dirk. I mean, he's a good power forward, a very good power forward, but at the center position, he just doesn't have the defense and doesn't really have like the athleticism. So for me, starting at the center position for these 3 cards or these 3 players, I would say probably start Kevin Garnett, even though I think D-Rob might be a better center though, because he's saying at the center position. I would say start D-Rob, bench KG, and then cut Dirk, just because I think Kevin Garnett is so much better at the power forward position. Next one is going to be Scottie, Vince, and Terry, who I think are probably the top 3 shooting guards in the game. For me, I still like Vince Carter the most, at the shooting guard position. I just think he's so elite and so good on the offensive end. And then Pippin and Terry, I think that's kind of the really close debate. For me, I think Vince Carter easily the best shooting guard in the game. Now the difference between Pippin and Terry Dischinger is I think Pippin's the better defender by a decent amount, but Terry Dischinger is better on the offensive end. I think it's a very close debate, to be honest. I mean, they're very similar, like wingspan and height wise, pretty much the same. I'd say Pippin's a little bit better in that area because I think he's also got a better player model. Defensively, I mean, Pippin is a lot better than a Terry Dischinger, and you'll definitely notice that on the court that Pippin is a way better defender. I mean, he's got what, +8 interior defense, +7 perimeter, +14 steal, and a +7 blocks. I mean, a way better defender on Scottie Pippen. Stats wise, I mean, offensively, overall, I think Pippin is better stats wise. And then you look at the badges, total badges does go to Pippin by a little bit, having 3 more Hoff badges, but that doesn't really matter too much. It just really matters what Hoff badges you have, and obviously Pippin gonna have a lot more defensive, and Terry Dischinger probably a lot more offensive. And then I think for me, it really comes down to the jump shot and kind of what you prefer dribble sigs wise and jump shot wise. For me, I think the jump shot off the dribble, I think Terry's got a better release, but then I think Scottie Pippen does have the better catch and shoot jump shot. So off the dribble goes to Terry for the jump shot, and then I think off the catch and shoot, I think Pippen's got a little bit better release. So for me, I kind of lean towards Terry Dischinger just because he's better on the offensive end. He's got better dribble sigs, he moves a lot better, but Honestly, I think it's a very close debate. I'm not sure who I would put. Honestly, I think for this one, I'm definitely going to be starting Vince Carter, and then it's really a toss-up. Like, I'd flip a coin, to be honest. I would say, I guess, start bench Terry Dischinger and cut Scottie Pippen as shooting guard. I honestly don't know. Maybe bench Scottie. I'll leave that one up to you guys. You guys can let me know. Who do you guys think's better, Terry Dischinger or Scottie Pippen? Because I honestly cannot think of who I would go with, but definitely start Vince Carter and then cut and bench one of the other two of Scottie Pippen and Terry Dischinger. Next one here is going to be Oladipo, Donovan Mitchell, and Tyreek Evans. For me, this one's pretty simple. It's definitely start Tyreek Evans. He's an amazing 6'6" point guard. He's got a great jump shot. As much as I like Donovan Mitchell, I don't think he's as good as a guy like Tyreek Evans. He's going to be on the bench. A really good 6'1" point guard, able to slash to the basket. Oladipo, I did a gameplay on him, wasn't really the biggest fan of this card, so for me, I would start Tyreek Evans, bench Donovan Mitchell, and then cut Oladipo. Next one also is going to be from Card Shark, Chet, Dirk, and KG. Now, I do think these are the 3 best power forwards in the game. For me, though, it's pretty simple. I would start Kevin Garnett, bench Chet, and then cut Dirk. I think Chet and Dirk is definitely a close debate, just like it is for Dirk and Yee. I like Chet a little bit more than Dirk because he's a better defender, he's more athletic. Now, jump shot wise, that really comes down to preference. And Dirk might be a little bit better on the offensive end, but Chet is going to be the much better defender. So for these 3, I would start Kevin Garnett, bench Chet, and then cut Dirk. But all very close and all the best power forwards in the game. Next one is going to be Joe Smith, Ariza, and Kukoc. Just want 100% cut Kukoc, not even a debate. And then for this starting between Joe Smith and Ariza, it really depends what you need for your small forward position. If you're looking for more like overall play and defense, you probably go Trevor Ariza because he's an amazing defender. If you're looking for more offense and more scoring, then you probably go Joe Smith. I do think Joe Smith is probably the better overall small forward though. So for this one, I would say start Joe Smith, bench Trevor Ariza, and then cut Tony Kukoc. Next one is also going to be from Rye Guy. He says Chet, Reed, and AD at the power forward position. Now this one is easily going to be starting Chet once again. I mean, Chet's probably the second best power forward in the game. Reed and AD, I do think it's a very close debate. I kind of want to compare these cards because I haven't exactly compared them. I would say Anthony Davis, at least just off first impressions with the cards and just from my memory, I think Anthony Davis is a tiny bit better, but Reed does have the better jump shot. I will say that right away. That's the one thing Reed has over Anthony Davis is a faster jump shot and a way better release. So that's a big thing to note between Anthony Davis and Willis Reed, but stats wise, I just think AD is a little bit better. I mean, plus 11 interior defense is a massive difference for your power forward. He's a little bit faster, got a little bit higher 3 ball. So I think for me, I would probably start Chet, bench Anthony Davis, and then cut Willis Reed. Now, last one here from Rye Guy is going to be Scottie Pippen. Oop, don't block that. Scottie Pippen, Dr. J, and Cazzie. For me, I think this one's pretty simple. I think it starts Scottie Pippen, bench Dr. J, and then cut Cazzie Russell. As much as I like Cazzie and think he's really good on the offensive end, he's just not on the same level as guys like Dr. J and Scottie Pippen. And then between Pippen and Dr. J, I think Dr. J does have the better offense, but Pippin going to be a lot better on the defensive end. The next one here is going to be Dirk, Chet, and Yee. I think we've done something similar to this. We haven't done this one though because KG has always been in there for power forward. For me personally, I think it goes Chet, Dirk, and then Yee. My top 4 power forwards are Kevin Garnett, Chet, and Dirk, and then Yee. So for this one, that's 2 through 4. So 2 is going to be Chet, 3 is going to be Dirk, and then 4 is going to be Yee. So start Chet, bench Dirk, and then cut Yee, but all very close. And for honestly that one, guys, you could really go whatever way you wanted to. Like you could start Yee, bench Dirk, and then cut Chet if you wanted to. I think it's a really preference and what do you guys want to run. And then we'll do probably a couple more here, guys. At the 4, Bob Nedelecki, Yee, and KG. For me, this one's pretty simple. Once again, start Kevin Garnett, bench Yee, and then cut Bob Nedelecki. I think Bob's good, but he's 6'9", and when we got power forwards who are 7'1", just going to be a little bit undersized. Next one is going to be, I'm pretty sure Harrison Barnes and Joe Smith, and then Scottie Pippen. Definitely start Scottie Pippen, definitely the best small forward, even though I think he's better at shooting guard, still easily the best small forward. Then I would bench Joe Smith and cut Harrison Barnes. I'm just going to kind of speed run, just to answer some of these guys' questions. I'm not going to give too much explanation for these next couple ones, but just go through them pretty quick. For this one, going to be start D-Rob, bench Kareem, and cut Marc Gasol, AK-47, OG, and Ariza on small forward at the small forward position. I would start AK, bench Ariza, and then cut OG, but Ariza and OG very, very close at the small forward position. I might actually start OG. I might bench OG over Ariza. So at this one, I would start AK, bench OG, and then cut Ariza. Tim Thomas, Kukoc, LeBron, Very easy for this one. Start Tim Thomas, still the best small forward in the game. Bench LeBron, and then cut Tony Kukoc. Pippin, Dr. J, Terry. I think we've done something similar to this one. For me, I would go Terry Dishinger or Pippin starting. Once again, can't really decide who I'd go with there. For that one, but let's just say start Scottie Pippen, bench Terry Dishinger, and then cut Dr. J. KG, Chet, and Yee. I'm pretty sure we already did, but it's just going to be in that order. Start Kevin Garnett, bench Chet, and then cut Yee. Dr. J, Sadie, and Scottie at the 2. This one, once again, very easy. Start Scottie Pippen, bench Dr. J, and then cut Sadie. Yee, Bob, and Dirk. I would say probably start Dirk, bench Yee, and then cut Bob Nudelecki. Once again, just don't think Bob's on the same level as those guys who are 7 foot. You know, Dirk and Yee are just 7 foot and 7'1", which is a lot taller than 6'9". Vince, Dirk, and Harden. This will be the last one, and this is from the Cosmic set. Basically, for me, I would say it's start Vince, bench Harden, and then cut Dirk. I think Harden's the second best point guard in the game, where Dirk I think is the 3rd or 4th best power forward. So for me, I would start Vince, bench Harden, and then cut Dirk. But let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said earlier, guys, let me know 3 different players, and I'll tell you guys which player I'd start, which player I'd bench, and then which player I'd cut. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.